worries, no worries. Like I said, give me time to start it up. We got things going. So, all right. So I gave myself some nice little DC heroes just because I don't have anything else. I guess I could have taken some Japanese counters, but whatever. It's always funny to bring out the 7 and 9 counters for whatever reason they exist. Alright, so we get 6 turns. I have reinforcements that are coming off board. I've got a bunch of guys with a bunch of different ELRs, which are all marked, so that should make it easier for me to remember. Sand of 4 as the attacker is kind of crazy. Hopefully, that won't be too game-changing. DC is clear, which I'm gonna assume is moderate. Like
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, they don't put a that status, which is a little weird. No quarters in effect. I forgot the counter for that one.
Also, I would just like to say this is the 86th anniversary of this particular build. So,
Oh, hey, that's true. That's crazy. I'd say we need to do more milestones like this, but yeah. I wish. I also wish I was retired and a millionaire.
you could play nothing but ASL all day.
I mean, not all day, but yeah, I'd probably binge ASL a lot more than I do now.
Oh, you're not going to jump to second front?
Oh no, I will, absolutely. But you know, at second front will be like they'll pay me gratuitous amounts of money to play it. I'll show off what a fun game it is, while also telling people egregiously buy ASL and get into ASL.
I honestly have to wonder how quickly all the ASL scenarios, or a chunk of the ASL scenarios, are going to get converted for second front.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it being done really quickly. I would, if anything, I would be a little worried as to um, how much it will affect ASL's like potential, in the sense that it clearly, like, they're both going to be separate games. From what I've understood, the phase structure is a little different. It's moving and shooting instead of a shooting phase and a movement phase, which, sure, whatever. If anything, that just like tidies up, I guess, the way the turn plays out a little bit, and probably makes it a little bit faster. Um, but ultimately, because the game is so similar, there's and like the apparently the editor is like pretty robust. Um, the only downside will be Second Front does not come with all of the same factions that is available in ASL yet. I'm sure that could be modded, but also like intellectual property, in the sense that, like, if I took this scenario, the scenario card, and made it into a scenario in Second Front, what then prevents somebody from taking the Second Front save file, or like the scenario that's built in there, and then rebuilding it in ASL? So I'm kind of curious as to how that'll play out, but I'm also maybe being a little paranoid about it. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I am looking forward to it though.
Yeah, like I said, it definitely looks like a fun way to represent and play like World War II squad level
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I like lock and load. I have the lock and load games, but they feel, if this makes sense, they feel even more like a puzzle game than regular ASL.
I could see it, yeah.
Like, I haven't played any of the larger scenarios. I don't even know if they really do them, but the smaller ones really feel like you have to have the exact correct set of moves in order to pull off whatever they're trying to do with group pods.
Yeah, especially I haven't played too much of it, but there was at least one with like Germans assaulting a little town, and you really had to like make the most out of like a sniper you got with the Americans. And yeah, anytime, if you just set up poorly, and you occupy like we'll say like this hex instead of this hex. Oh, that's an entire street you can't cover. It's basically game over type of deal. So
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, shall we?
yeah, we'll see what we can make of this scenario. So I've got a bunch of guys with a bunch of different abilities. I'm gonna try and remember these guys cannot multi location attack, so gotta remember that. Also, um, I'm not sure if it came up last scenario, but technically, if these guys and these guys are attacking together, there is a penalty because they're not technically the same faction. They usually call it like the allied troops. There's like I think a +1 to it, but anyway, so that's going to exist. We will do weather roll. We'll get no change in weather. And I don't think there's anything too crazy other than that. I have some, like I said, some DC heroes, but yeah, I'm not going to use them right away. So, let us begin once I get my snare card back up. Cool. I have no rally phase actions. I'm not going to bother concealing these guys on the bottom, so we'll just go straight to prep fire. I technically could...
Bulgarians.
I'm sorry, what?
It's showing your side as Bulgarians.
Yeah. It's like there's no... Even though this scenario pack has like been out for I think 20 years, maybe not 20 years, but like a good amount of time, there's never been even a single Spanish flag, like nationality, included in Vassal. You know, Bulgaria is included, partisans, Yugoslavia, all these groups. Not a single person seems to have touched or added the Spanish flag. So
That's really bizarre. I mean,
yeah,
you would think the Spanish Civil War is probably the biggest conflict pre-World War II. I mean,
yeah, and it's not like there's a couple scenarios that we'll see in due time. Maybe not the two of us together necessarily, depending on how other sessions go with other players. But there's a group out there called Hazardous Movement. They've released 3 packs, I think, so far in the last 4 years. I want to say 3 years, and I think all 3 of them, at least 2 of them, touch on Spanish Civil War scenarios, and like they're not, as far as I know, they're not hated scenarios. The Spanish Civil War offers a lot of content that people may not have necessarily dug into, as there's still being new scenarios made of the conflict. So why isn't there a flag? It's a little strange. I want to say I'm gonna shoot, but maybe no. That'll be too crazy. Okay, we'll just go straight into movement. We're gonna have at least a couple sacrificial lambs here. Namely, this guy in S3 is going to move into R3 for 1.
okay.
2.
And I got a fire on you there.
Uh-oh. Oh, he is real.
Yeah. So it's going to be
8,
8,
but I will get the wall and not assault moon. So it'll be 8 up 1. And this guy's gonna die right away. I knew it. 4 on 8, 2 MC. He absolutely breaks. No big deal, no big deal.
and that's going to leave 4.
Yes. And now that I know he's there, everybody else is gonna not partake in that shit. One of the squads in R2 is gonna go to R1 for 1.
Okay.
Q1 for 2.
Okay.
P1 for 3. And another squad will do almost the same, except end in P0 instead.
Okay.
One unit in R4 will drop concealment to non-assault move into Q4.
We will fire chew. So it's going to be 8 up 3.
Up
8 up 2.
Yep.
2.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He will also break. That's an Elar, I think. Oh, he can't Elar.
Can I leave residual in buildings now?
Yeah. Also, I want to check. Okay, I did put that. Cool. Alright, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate, but maybe not unexpected. Oops. Yeah, the concealed stack in R4 will assault move into Q5.
I mean, I kind of gotta.
Well, nobody will think of you.
So doubled, halved, and then halved again, so it's going to be a 2 up 3?
Yes.
Eight on 2, nothing.
No. Alright. Oh, wow, that does weird stuff. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so one unit. Oh wow, it's not. Do. Huh. Give me a sec here. Technical difficulties here. Okay, cool. That's weird. It was not letting me select it for the oh, you might I'm gonna move off to the left just so I don't see, but you might want to check to see if you can expand those and look at those guys specifically, because it wasn't like letting me select them, and I think it's because the overlay when we added it after the fact, I think it does that thing where overlay essentially like exists on top of it and won't let you select or move it.
Yep, I can see that. I can get all these guys.
Okay, cool. I shall now unzoom. Alright. So, as mentioned, one unit will unconceal to go into Q6 for 1.
Okay.
Into P5 for 2.
Okay.
And in 06 for 4.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I gotta risk it. The rest of the stack is going to assault move into Q6.
Okay.
Up here, I'm going to have one squad normal move for 1. I mean, I guess technically nobody can see him right now, but whatever. 2. 3. then 4 into N9.
Fire engine.
All right.
4 down 2. I don't know. Do you get the hedge?
I should get the hedge, yeah. Let me see if...
It's not chain hindrance.
Really interesting. Because I'm not sure if it has to specifically touch the corner or not. Plus hedges. Attack from Y6 to Z7 is affected by hedge side, even though the hedge... Yeah, okay. So, I guess this is a quirk of the LOS tool. I would get the hedge. It's a +1, and I would get a -1 for non-assault, so it's just a 4 flat. Uh, 6 on 4, I think is a normal? Normal. Pass. That's it for that guy. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. This guy is going to declare CX. He will go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6.
Yeah.
This stack is will not have to reveal itself because nobody can see him. So 1, 2, 4, and then here we'll have to reveal if the guys adjacent are real.
I choose not to reveal them.
Cool. So they'll get in there for 6. Not CX'd. And yeah, that'll be it. Defense fire.
Are there 2 units in there?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I ELR'd with that guy, and because they use partisan counters, I think it becomes 2 half squads.
Okay.
Kind of just makes them worse overall, really. Oh, no, they do retain... Okay, so are they malicious? Are those guys malicious? Yes. So, no, they are full squad, but they are disruptive. Just kind of worse.
No defensive fire, I think.
Right. Fancy fun. I will do the MMG and squad will fire group it up. They will be shooting against your guy in P3. It's 7 down to 3.5 for advancing fire, up 3. So not expecting much. Alright, no other fire. Take defensive fire off. Route phase, these guys will come back here. Disrupted guys have to low crawl because they're adjacent and no quarters in effect. That's it for routes. Advances, we're going to have these conscripts are going to go into P2. These guys are going to stick it out into O1. Concealed boys into CC. Q6 into P6. If I remember correctly, I can advance row houses. I technically have to pick a side, I think, for... yeah, I think I have to pick a side, but that I don't think it matters for much in this instance. So they'll just go from this side, I guess, but they're going to N5. This stack into here. Then the CX guy will go into L9, the non-6 guy into M9. And I think that's it. Where else? Toss those guys there. We will do the conscripts in R2 into Q3. And that's it for advances. CC phase. Oh, those guys are... okay.
Yep.
Alright, so we've got these guys. Ambush roll. Uh-oh. Are my guys stealthy this time? I don't think it's going to matter. Your guys are they considered regulars? I think they're army. Yeah, this goes back to I wish they would specify. I think they're army. So they're not stealthy. I don't think my guys get stealthy. They are the militias. What does it say for militias? No. Cool. So there's no ambush. These guys will lose concealment because I want to attack. So it's a 1-to-1. Nope. Alright. As long as I don't lose those guys, that would suck.
Oh boy.
Turn 1 dastardly boys.
Rally phase, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
No weather change. I do not have any rally phase actions. I think we do.
Yeah, so this guy, the disrupted squad, is going to lose DM. The other guys will attempt rally. They will not get it and lose DM. I'm just going to toss it to the bottom.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Prep fire. Sorry, looking at charts here.
Yeah, no worries.
unit in P3 will fire at the squad next to it in P2.
Okay.
So it's going to be
8 up 2. 8 on 8, normal. And casualty reduce and break. And yellow. They can't yellow, so they're disrupted.
The artillery over here will unconceal and fire at in 5.
So just so you know, you can roll for 2 hit, and if you, I think if you don't get a 5 or a 6 on the colored die, they stay concealed.
Okay.
Just makes it easier to like not get shot back at.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I appreciate that. It is a 75 millimeter at 4 hex range, so no mods for range.
+3 for building, and that's about it.
Yeah. So, okay. 7, that is a hit, I believe.
Yeah. Now, the one thing to check, it is a short, but yeah, okay. So we'll assume it's high explosive you're shooting.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. Say again.
You're shooting high explosive.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Do I actually have other ammunition types?
Yeah, your gun has AP as well, but there's literally no reason to shoot AP, so...
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yes, it's HE.
No worries.
Just for completion's sake. So, all right.
14 firepower.
Yeah, 14 firepower.
Okay, nothing, thankfully. And sniper? No sniper.
And let's see, there is acquisition.
Yeah, and your guy, like I said, can technically remain concealed if he wants.
Control Alt L, Control Shift L.
Control Alt.
Is the crew still exposed, or is everything concealed?
Everything's concealed, yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like the crew shares the status of the gun, unless they, like, no longer are crewing it.
Go. Alright, so that's that. That was a big fat nothing burger. M8 is going to fire at M9. So 8 up 3.
Okay. Yeah, at least I wasn't on the gun.
Oh, we'll get there.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, true.
Sure, because why not? The heavy machine gun will unconceal and also fire here.
Okay.
And the squad will as well, since you're at 4x range. So it's going to be a 10 up 2.
Right. 7 of 10 should be like 1 MC or something.
Yeah, it's a mercy.
MC pass. Yeah, right. You're saying it's 2.
I'm 100% sure that will come back to bite me.
I don't think so.
That's it for prep fire. Movement.
All right.
guys are going to assault move there.
Mm-hmm.
This guy will assault move here. That's fire.
Right. These guys will shoot back. Actually, I don't want to do that. It'd be +4. Yeah. We'll do L9, M9 against M8 as a 12 up 4. 9 on 12 is normal morale check. Right. These guys are finaled. It's not gonna work. We'll do 6 firepower up 3 against P3. Nope, absolutely not. I was tempted to shoot the MMG. 4's not gonna do anything. Ooh, that's an interesting... Yeah. I'm gonna have one unit in N7 reveal itself and shoot at the guys in M7 as a 4 up 3. It'll get nothing. And that's basically just to make those DM guys essentially die.
Yep.
And that's it for defensive. I'm gonna say fire. Oh, these guys are... Yeah. Okay, so... Could they technically low crawl? I think... Technically they might be able to low crawl? Refresh my no quarter memory here. No quarter. Where's the... Because I think technically they might be able to low crawl there since they're not actually getting any closer to anybody. So they're probably alive. Just like how these guys... actually, these guys would be fine regardless because they could low crawl here and have the wall protect them. But anyways, those guys are right there.
So if the wall protects those guys, why didn't I get a modifier over here?
The only reason I thought they would die, honestly, is because this guy's... Oh, actually, he's got the +1, so... Yeah, he wouldn't be able to interdict anyways. Yeah, so your guy can low crawl to L7. Capture ramps rejected. When one side invokes rejecting red face surrender, the other side's ability to accept surrender. Yada yada yada. Okay, so it doesn't state there's anything crazy about that. Cool. Sorry, I was jumping the gun on that one. That's it for about phase stuff. Can this guy technically route to the building? Yes. He's not... Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna put him there. Because he can technically route there. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so does that have to be...
Those guys have to unconceal.
Yeah, they would eventually have to... I mean, I guess technically you could do something where you advance them and then they just wouldn't attack, so you just have a concealed guy in there, but there's not much of a point. And his own providing some enemy units. Interesting. That does not... Okay, that's, I'm looking up stuff for the DC Hero stuff. Didn't realize that, was not a prerequisite, so cool. Alright, so the melee's bigger.
Yeah, melee's bigger. I believe that's it for advances.
Okay.
Close combat, so these guys here.
Yes, I'm still fighting 1-1 against one of your squads.
Alright, and I am 2-1. 8 on 4, yeah, I'm 2-1.
Yep.
And I think there's no mods.
No.
So it's got you.
That sucks.
And I think that's...
Should be it.
Over to you.
Alright, weather, no change. Rally phase actions. Right, they can't self-rally. Those guys are stuck there. They're not viewed by anybody, so I think these guys will lose DM. Leader will attempt to rally this guy. Nope. And that's it for rally phase stuff.
Yeah, I'm done. The only one I got is that guy. He can't self-rallies.
Cool. Prep fire.
Oh, he does lose DM though. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Do I want to do anything for prep fire? These guys. Oh, right, that's actually... Yeah, okay. P6 will reveal itself and shoot it to P4. It is an 8, up 3. That will not do anything. Shit. Yeah, I think that's it. Movement phase. So at the start of the movement phase, this squad is going to declare a DC hero. Now, normally there'd be something for creating a DC hero, as in like you need a DC with them. I'm not given any DCs. The scenario kind of just says like may create dynamite heroes. And doesn't say that there's a role from, just says G1424. So, if a tank hunter hero, but it's not that, it's just DC. So I think it's just a straight declaration. I don't know if I actually have to roll for it. Maybe I do have to roll for it. It just says provisions. I wonder if there was any comments or anything made for it. Because essentially this guy is going to create a DC hero. This DC hero uses them, P4 as a target, and essentially has to run towards them. But again, like, I don't... don't know why it would be require a roll necessarily. I gotta say it does, because whatever. Yeah, okay, so they don't create one. Now, how many attempts do I have to do this? Let's go off as neither. Stack MC. Defender. Yeah, okay. Well, I rolled a 6, so I guess they're pinned. That's kind of wish it was maybe a little more clear on that one, but whatever.
I mean, I don't mind if you just want to use it, since you have a limited number of them.
Yeah, I mean, up to you, but because yeah, I just kind of wish it was, like I said, it was maybe a little more clear. If it's automatic, so DC hero, again, this is their target, so they will go 3 into Q4.
We will fire at you there.
So 16 up to 9, 11,
16.
and test check. Can they be pinned? Detonate, even if pinned. Okay, so you can get pinned, so test check, not pinned. They then run into P4 itself. You obviously get an extra shot, or another shot. Actually, so I should be more clear. It costs 3 to get in here, so the first shot is 16. They're obviously going to run into this hex, so it's up to, do you want to...
Isn't it more to get in there?
It's 1 for the wall and 2 for the building. From Q3 to Q4.
Yeah, okay.
But, so, it doesn't force final protective fire, because it's a single man counter, but obviously, whatever. So, if your plan is to shoot at them again, you can shoot at them 2 more times because number of movement factors. If not, they will go into their hex, which then is triple point blank fire, subsequent same hex.
So tripled halved?
Yes.
Alright, so it's going to be 8, so that's 32 tripled. No, excuse me, 24 tripled, excuse me, basic math, never mind.
So 12 up 2.
12 up 2.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Keep dodging my sniper, which is kind of annoying. 2 of 6. Which, that's actually interesting. So, I'm gonna roll this. They are absolute. I'm pretty sure that's just dead. It's very interesting because, so if that's the case, I'm just curious as to what they would count for their morale factor and all that. Is it just a straight up Japanese DC hero count? Which it might be. Which would be this. So, first one didn't do a really good job. I'm gonna get a second one. Since you can apparently create 2 with 1 MMC each player turn. So another person will also run, and
I believe I actually have residual there.
you have plenty of residual.
Is it 4 or 6?
It'll be 8, because the first time you shot was 16.
Right, yeah.
But they are going into P3. And unless I've been reading something wrong or haven't done it properly in a while, I can't change target, so they're still locked into the final fire guys. Just gonna put this here.
Okay.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to take. I wanted to take this guy, just so I am reminded.
So these guys will want some fire, so it's going to be 16.
Up to same as last time. 13 and 16.
Absolutely nothing.
No. As before, there is option for shooting multiple times. And
yeah, I mean, might as well.
Yeah. So instead
of it's 8.
Up to still, yeah. Uh, 10 just missed. So they will jump into P4. There's always final protective fire if you want to risk it.
Nah.
Okay, so now it's a 16 firepower, I think it says. 65 power attack. What's the attacks made on 16 firepower column? Cool. So 16 firepower plus 3 for building. All the times. 5 on 16 is a 3 MC for everybody in there and sniper, I believe.
All right.
All right. Well, thankfully it's a 3 MC, but that would have been really annoying. And sniper. Okay, still in movement phase. The conscripts in Q3 will... they can't assault move into P3 because they only have 3 movement factors, and that would consume all their movement. Oh, actually, hold on. We're forgetting... or I'm forgetting... this. Which is disgusting, and I don't want to risk it. So, instead, the conscripts...
Oh, hey, here's a weird question. Does the triple point blank fire leave...
residual? Yes. Yeah.
So that guy should have had an attack on him when he came into my hex.
That's true. So...
It's alright. Yeah, no worries. It's okay. I'm just... For future reference, I will... It's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so that guy moved there. These conscripts in O1 will go to N1 for 1.
Okay.
And then go into M2 for 3.
We will fire at them. So 8 up to 2.
Yeah.
10 on 8 is nothing.
Oh, this is sneaky. N5 is going to assault move to N4. I guess technically I should probably run to 05 or whatever.
Okay, the machine gun and squad in J4 will open up.
Okay. So it's a 10-2. Yeah, really should have gone for the orchard. Oh. 3 on 10, K3. Oh, okay. Where they're definitely a Haskell now. Squad.
And I believe I could leave the acquisition on that hex, yeah?
Yeah. And the squad is considered first fire. Over here, N7, the unconcealed squad will bump into M7 for 2.
It's real.
All right, they are thrown back into N7. You may shoot at them if you wish.
Still the dumbest fucking rule in ASL.
Yeah.
But sure, we'll open up on, well, no, we won't, actually.
Okay. The concealed group will assault move to M8.
Okay.
The CX guy will lose CX. Oh, actually, yeah, I can. Two. No, I can't. Damn it. They go into L8 for 2. Non-assault.
Okay.
K8 for 3.
Pretty sure he gets DM'd.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. This guy declares CX. Go 1, 3, and then 5.
Okay.
I think that's everybody. That's fair.
Oh, we. The machine gun in J4 will attempt to shoot here.
Sorry, which guys? The HMG? Oh yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, the machine gun.
Yeah. I should still get the wall though, just because of the distance. So it's it'll be a +1 overall because you get your leader, and the wall's just a +2.
So that's a 7 on 6. So normal morale check.
Pin. Damn it.
Unit in N7 will fire at the unconcealed unit in N7. So it's going to be 8 up 3. Ethan. And everybody else is fired.
Advanced fire phase. I don't really want to risk that. It's a +3. It's not worth it. Same thing. 3 up 3.
Oh, defensive fire phase. If I shift covered arc, I'm going to lose concealment, aren't I?
Yes. At least as long as I can see you, and I think I do from these guys. Well, actually, the pin guy as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it anyway. So, adjust their arm.
Right.
And we will defensive fire.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I really don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have anything. The +3 is kind of crazy. Some defensive. Oops. Routes. Don't know if this guy can see here. Pretty sure. I want to say that clips the corner. What do you think? On this building?
To where?
So N4 to M7. Your DM guy can low crawl. You can go to J6.
No, they can't. No, because I can't get closer to these guys.
Oh, does he? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can
4,
see him.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. He's not. He wouldn't be closer, so you can.
What?
There to J6 is 6.
But I'd be interdicted there from these guys.
Not if you low crawl. Yeah, it's one of those. If no quarter wasn't in effect, those guys would have probably surrendered a while back.
Yes, I think that the building does clip for those guys.
Okay. So they were right there, or low crawl there. That guy will stay where he is. Yeah, I got nothing else to route. And technically, the P4
Those guys can stay there.
So. Yeah, if they want to. Alright. If they're not going to move, advanced phase, we shall do...
Well, actually, can I route these guys?
The guys in P4?
Yeah.
Yes. Because
do I have to route both of them, or can we only route?
No, you can. You could route each individually. There's no.
Yeah, we're gonna leave one there, and the other one of them is gonna.
Like, I think you could even do something cheesy where you could probably route one of them, or either of them, or both of them, or whatever, to like Q4. They're next to a broken guy, so that doesn't qualify for like failure to route or anything. They would just be stuck where they are. But yeah, like you could technically route towards an enemy in this sort of instance.
Yeah, they're actually, these guys are broken,
Yeah,
so
okay.
they're routing away from those guys. They have to stop because they can suddenly see these guys or these guys too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're gonna stop there.
Cool. All right, so advances. These guys will get 1 hex closer. That's not a different number. I probably should toss the leader over there. Oh yeah, the MMG is gonna go into Q2. Leader will stay where he is. These guys are in a really crappy spot, so I'm just gonna...
What's the portage points for the regulars?
So it's 5. They normally have 3, so 2 over they can advance 1 hex, or 1 movement factor worth of hexes.
Okay.
Howdy, I don't like this, but we shall do this. This guy is going to go over here. This squad into K7. CX guys into J7. I think that's it. CC phase, we have a lovely ambush attempt. And nothing else. I have a leader for -1. So
go ahead and kill me.
we'll ambush. I'm at a, yeah, it's just 1-1. Even with a -2, I don't get anything. So these guys will lose concealment. So you bid 1 to 2. Yeah. These CCs. That's it for the turn. Pen comes off this guy.
Alright, rallies. We'll try to rally the unit here.
Do you want to do self-rally first, or?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. This guy will try to self-rally.
Sure.
Use DM. This guy with the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yells.
I will attempt self-rally on this guy. Absolutely not. This guy will lose DM.
Oh, wait a sec. No other change.
Oh.
Prep fire. Why, yes. Yes, I will prep fire. The 75 is going to open up on this guy.
Yep. So close for -1, +3 for the building, so +2.
Something.
Miss, but acquisition.
Which will not help me when they get up. This squad will fire at the conscripts.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 4-up-3.
Mm-hmm. 9-4.
The heavy machine gun and squad will also fire at the conscript.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 10-up-2.
Mm-hmm. 11. No.
The unit's in 04 with the leader will fire at the squad there. So that is going to be an 8-up-4.
Mm-hmm.
7 on 8 is a...
So, hero, crew, squad. So squad's pinned, crew breaks.
Okay. Movement.
Mm-hmm.
Assault move.
Okay.
Assault move.
Mm-hmm.
Assault move. And that's it.
Right.
That's fire.
So I'm gonna do this because I mean, I might as well try to encircle you. P2 will shoot first against 04. It's a 3-up, 3-shot. Nothing. I actually have to double check. Because I think there was something last time I tried this sort of thing. And I think it has to be able to force a morale check. Encirclement. Same, but one at less or equal less known range. Must be resolved consecutively. Encirclement. Hex binds. To be considered valid fire, ordnance weapons must secure a hit on the target, and other fires must exert enough FP, take the possibility of cowering into account to possibly inflict at least an NMC result on the target. So, you know what? Because they're conscripts, they might not be able to. That sucks. Well, at least, like, I think it's because they didn't cower in this instance. Yeah. Something that attacks me, that's fine. Yeah, and it doesn't show conscripts for that, because, of course.
I'm not sure you could actually even, if you're firing with these guys next.
So the idea would be this guy, this guy, this guy, and that's 2 hex
So they're
sides.
not firing through hex sides.
If you look at
Encirclement occurs, blah, 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 blah. If the fire's LOS enters the target either A, through opposite hex spines, not in this case, with exactly 3 target hex vertices between them in both clockwise and counterclockwise directions, which this fails. There's only 1 and 2 for this guy. Or C, through any 3 non-contiguous hex sides. So you're actually firing through hex spines, right?
Yeah. But I don't, because there's more coverage, I don't see why that wouldn't apply. Like when the way I look at it is it's
Are you firing through a hex side or are you firing through a hex spine?
Well, it'd be the hex spines, but one would imagine
that just explicitly say non-contiguous hex sides. Come on.
Yeah, but at a certain point, like the hex spine is part of a hex side, right?
I don't know. Is it?
I mean,
ASL is like they're distinctly emphasizing sides, like it's in italics of the rules. That's why I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just like they're very, very specific about it in this case for some unknown reason. Because I'm not sure how you could have 3 non-contiguous hex sides and not also fulfill, opposite whatevers. I guess I don't know.
Well, the idea is you get shot from here, here, and here, right? But you stretch that out, and I don't see how. Each hex side contains 2 vertices. Hex spine, the hex side of an adjacent hex, which combines with 2 hex sides, but the subject hex as if forming 6 spokes of the wheel. Hex side E8, E9 is a hex spine of hex F8 and hex D8. I mean, I would translate it that way, but honestly, these guys are conscripts, so they wouldn't be able to achieve it anyways because the possibility.
No, it's okay. I mean, go ahead if you.
No, but like I said, the possibility of cowering, so they can't do it. So who else do I defensive fire? I might as well do these 2 guys against your No, I'll do it against your crew. So we're looking at 8 up 4. No. Alright, but yes, shoot. That's fair. Any other routes? Nope. Oh, I could have shot him. Whatever.
These guys did get DM'd, actually. Right? I mean, these guys did shoot at them.
Yeah, I mean, and I would have shot at them with these guys anyways. So whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten a result because we're looking at 2.5 up 3. 2.5 up 3. Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't have gotten a result. But they would have been DM'd.
So yeah, so they're going to route off that way.
Sir, sounds good.
Advance fade. CC, let's see. It is still 1-2 for me, and 3-2 for you.
No, it's just 1-1.
Okay, well, I gotcha. Do I destroy the machine gun or no? Yeah.
No. But it is on the.
Yeah. That's fine. I think that's it for CC.
Yep.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Do you want to back it up? Yeah, there you go.
Weather, no change. My reinforcements have to come through there anyways. Leave phase actions. We will attempt to rally this guy. I will finally get him. Oh, crew self-rally. Nope. Pin comes off that guy.
I'm such a dumbass. But oh well. It'll all work out in the end.
I mean, so far, yeah, it's pretty much looking for a loss in my favor. No other rally phase stuff.
I don't think I have any rally phase stuff, so over to you.
Yeah, other than taking off your DMs if you want. We'll do 8 up 3 here. Nope. Uh, 6 up 3 here. Definitely pretty sure it's normal morale. Well, I'll take a normal where I can get it.
Leader breaks. Other squads are fine.
They'll take a Pentash check each for the because he broke.
They're fine.
Yep. And
But you're sniper.
Nope. We'll try the same thing here. 6 up 3. Nope. There's just nothing good coming out of this. Moving phase. These guys will lose CX. There's seriously just like no good actions here. This sucks. J7 will assault move into I7.
No, I'm okay.
Squadron K7 non-assault move to J7.
You're still on my covered arc?
Should be.
I will transfer with you, and I will fire at you.
Okay, so it's a +1.
I think that's it. That's your assault move there.
Yeah, it was a normal.
Okay.
If nobody else is shooting at them, they will continue into ice. The two functional dorks over here are going to assault move to N6.
Okay, the unit here will fire at them.
Yep, that's a 8 flat.
6 on 8 is a 1MC.
Alright, I think I'm done. That sucks. This really sucks. Oh, my rolls are terrible today. My rolls are absolutely terrible today.
I don't know.
It's just, yeah. I think my rolls have just been terrible. Jesus fucking Christ! Everything's red.
Yeah, I'm rolling well on just about everything but rallying and
yeah.
hits,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like because the only thing I can really do, or the only thing else I would do, is these guys would. The plan is either go up here, but I don't like this 10 down 1, so I'd go here, and I could maybe get onto the other side of the wall this turn. Actually, I shouldn't say maybe. I should be able to get over the wall this turn. I don't think I can jump over walls with horses, though. That's something I actually have to check. Because if I can, that just makes a little bit of movement further. 1 plus cost, it's
yeah, you can. Looks like 2R. No, I'm sorry. 1 and cost. Yeah, you can jump them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say. Actually, can I even have them all in 1 stack? No, because they're overstacked. So 1 guy has to get left out. So I would CX all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, let's try this just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Well, at this point,
Now they're also not.
I would unhip these guys.
Okay, so they have to turn twice.
Slew that son of a bitch around, so it's going to be a pretty hefty motherfucker there.
Yeah, it's doubled for building. I gotta look at the chart. 2 hits. It's non-turret, so it's 6. Yeah, how many? You had 1, 2. So you turned twice. So 6.
That's 4.
It's yeah, so 8.
8.
There's a -2 for
cavalry.
cavalry.
So +6.
It is close, so -1 for that. Or at least I'm pretty sure. Point blank range. I don't think I'm considered motion. So,
No, you're not a vehicle.
yeah, so you should get a -1 for that. And cavalry, so another -2. So,
It's like +5, I
so
think.
+4.
So I won't hit you.
Okay. And then 13.
Actually, if I have, I probably should have. If we're doing a hypothetical here, I probably would have waited. Should have waited till then, because that's going to give you the biggest modifier, or the biggest bonus to the reduction, I should say.
Well, it'd still be a 9 if we took the -2, right?
Yeah, no,
Unless you want to. I mean, you could.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So you're there. You're still mounted, I think, right?
Yes, but this is where they all just jump off the horses.
Yeah, so you're gonna win at this point.
Because it's game end. It's not the.
Yeah, no, but yeah, yeah.
Because the biggest obstacle is your 10 firepower down 1. These guys off board, they'll get unconcealed, but they'll also CX, I guess. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Is a hedge? Hedge is gonna be different. Is it? No, still 1 plus cost strength. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, and then dismount here.
So the reason I say you're gonna win.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I have no way to get these guys back. They're basically not going to be able to make it back with any degree of certainty.
I mean, the only reason I'm hesitant is just because as long as these guys survive, you win, right? Even if like because you'll get last turn, so even if you have guys like, let's say this crew or whatever is on like the upper floor, they still self rally, right? And if you rally and I can't shoot at them, then de facto you'll win.
Yeah, but I mean, the odds are these guys are going to jump in. You know, you're gonna advance in and assault them. So yeah, and there is actually a lot of firepower on those guys. I mean, you got 8 up here.
Oh yeah, but the +3 is massing on me. I mean, I'm fine with continuing.
No, I'm cool. It's 10:30. I'm good with stopping. It's a good point. I think my mistake here is I defended way too. All these guys should have been back in here. Yeah, just not.
If you didn't roll so many 3s at the start, I would agree. But
yeah, no, I mean I got lucky, but those 3s work just as well when you're on top of me down there, you know. Yeah, no, I for some reason I had it in my head I needed to defend a little bit further forward than I should have, and there should probably have been like maybe unit here, just to keep you honest and keep you, you know, stopping there essentially to take care of that. But then most of it should have been in this building. It's here.
I mean, I still don't. Even having an entire side being fake, I don't think is a bad idea. Because like even if you have units in this building, as long as they're concealed, you have one guy there. It's not a bad idea. Same thing with this side. Having some units in there or even fakes, still messes with the attacking player.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Yes, no. I meant in terms of like I had probably half to 3/4 of my force sitting over here. Really, the only thing back here is the support weapons, with a couple of so yeah, no. That was a mistake. It was not that I had units out here, but that I had too many units out here. So yeah, in hindsight, I would have put more guys back in here because I didn't realize or I didn't quite figure how fast it was going to be to get up on top of it, and also your reinforcements are actually. I mean, that's a pretty nasty stack. Like 16 firepower with an 8-1 leader. That's not a bad force given the scale of this scenario.
Honestly, I think the biggest hurdle is just getting any sort of surviving firepower is just the one thing that kind of messed with me really. Like, I was actually, I think it was at the setup of last time. I was like, oh, yeah, first turn, totally gonna like opportunity fire most of the guys, and have a DC hero just like immediately throw himself at the concealed unit and just it's 8 firepower, but whatever. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the DC heroes. Yeah, I still don't understand really how to successfully employ artillery on this map. It's so congested. The line of sights are so horrible
I'll be
that
honest. I don't think you did anything wrong. There's no, I mean, line of sight. Maybe I think the only like maybe this one I wouldn't have had where he was. That's probably about it. Maybe here.
yeah, that he actually I initially had him over here because I couldn't see this,
Oh,
so I was looking to fire this way,
hmm.
and then I was like, oh shit, there's a whole row of buildings in between. Yeah, no, that was yeah, that they're really it's basically like yeah, here and here. I mean,
I mean, even have like a squad or something here concealed, and here being hip. Maybe with some fake counters. Have him watch this way, and have the another gun do the same backwards. I wouldn't see that as being too as being bad or dysfunctional.
down
Um,
here it's not too bad. Up here, the problem is you can kind of sneak around them behind them and come in through the houses. There, that's the main issue.
yeah, I mean, at a certain point you'll get surrounded regardless. But like as we saw with the artillery piece, like no matter what, if you have to turn in a building, when you're adding 6 automatically to a shot, it's
Yeah, that was just me being a dumbass. Had I thought about it in advance, that he should have been. For whatever reason, I was like, oh no, he's gonna have to dismount to get over the wall, and then I was like, oh no, you don't. You can just head right up to the fucking building and jump off.
I mean,
And off you go.
to be fair, I wasn't thinking about it either. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. Like having, it's very subjective for that artillery piece. Like it's not. This isn't a bad hex necessarily. I think the only problem with it really is that you're hedging your bet regardless. Like it's a 50-50 coin flip, right? Because if I had said with my cavalry like, oh, I'll go this way, that immediately makes this artillery piece have to turn back around, and
Yeah, but that's not as big a deal. Like it's what screws you is the sudden change. You know,
hmm,
like if all I got to do is blow a couple fire phases to shift it around, or is it what one for?
I think it's one for turning as much as you want. I don't think
Yeah,
there's
so at a certain point, like if it's clear that you're not coming in this way, I just spend an advanced fire phase or whatever flipping it around so that it's pointing back the other way. Because
hmm,
this actually does have decent line of sights over to these entrances.
yeah,
So, that's kind of my thought was, all right, I'm covering these guys. This was kind of covering down this way initially, and then you came in here, so, or you came in up to this side, so then you had to flip it around, and that was
yeah,
kind of a bit. I should not have moved the machine gun. I got a little greedy firing at this guy. I should not have moved him to begin with. But,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I can see the reasoning, but I think where they are is such a good spot, and had I thought about it more or played smarter, I think I would have probably been way better off to have both MMGs, at least one of the 8-1 leaders, or the 8-1 leader I start with, and the hero, like all like essentially bunch up and just act as a doom stack.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, the only place I can see for the heavy machine gun is maybe down here, because
mm,
then you've got pretty in second floor here. I think you can see over these buildings. I don't know. Are stone buildings 2 stories by default or just 1?
no, it should be one, and it's really the center dot that will dictate stuff. Like
Yeah. So
these, I think there's 2-story.
yeah. So like these are 1-story buildings. So if you're up on the second story, you actually got a pretty decent line of sight both kind of throughout this whole area.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. I think. And you're kind of having to just pick. I think I picked this one just because I kind of assumed you'd be coming through these buildings at the top. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, no, I had too many units out there.
I mean,
And
I'm probably still gonna mark this as a loss for me, but
honestly, I think it could go either way. I mean, I think you get some good rolls in here. Like, put it this way: if you clear me out of here, I cannot take it back. I do not have the strength to take it back from what you've got over here, because that's fake as well. So really, the only thing that you're looking at is a couple of crews, a squad, and the HMG with the leader, and that's it.
yeah, I guess it's kind of more predicated on like what happens to this guy. If he survives, goes here. Oh, actually, right. So he can't go downstairs because of the there's no stairwell. Stairwells are these and this.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, that was illegal.
Yeah, but we weren't thinking about it, so that's not really the biggest thing. Actually, that makes it really interesting because there's so I guess this will be like a good thing to end off of. So there is you know how we were talking about encirclement earlier? So there's an automatic encirclement that occurs specifically if units are not on ground floor on a building that only has access, between the two levels via staircase. So if I had a squad here, here, and here, everybody on the second floor automatic encirclement.
Yeah. So yes, the
So
thought with the guy in M2 at the moment was basically just to lurk around there and hopefully fend off those conscripts, and then save him for a hop back into the building to. Well, yeah, he really just has to move one hex forward on my last turn, because
exactly.
I don't think I have to be in a building. I think I just have to be within two.
Yeah, it's literally just you have to be in, which is why like I think, even if these crews, like I said, even if they break, as long as you can get somewhere. I guess right now it's more congested, so like if these guys rally or whatever and they have vision on them, it makes it harder. There'd be a value in if I could get a unit on like the second floor here to prevent routes from this guy like closer type idea. So it could get muddy in terms of a route and elimination for that purpose. But yeah, no.
Yeah, the reason I would call it a draw is that even if I cheese a victory like that, that's still it's still Velveeta. It's Velveeta smooth.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing. So there's actually do you remember that program? I think we used it once. It was like it generates the vassal template.
Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that program actually has a dice roll analyzer. It's actually really funny to use because it'll actually give you like Excel worthy charts to look at, and it'll be like, uh, you rolled really well like first turn or whatever. It's a lot more in depth than what the chart that you can see on.
It records the rolls as you go, so you can break it down as to turn and whatever.
Yeah, like if you use the log for it, yeah, it's way better at like giving you that raw data. But yeah, my rolls were garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a few lucky ones, but yeah, I think it would have been close. I think.
Hmm. Well, actually, I mean, like if we where was yours? You had 4 3s and 3 5s. I was really annoyed that your IFTs never rolled 4.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
looking of all the things.
yeah, I got lucky there. Oh hey, we had a visitor.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of them.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I think it. I kind of wish. I don't know if you'd have to like PM someone in Vassal to get like a notification that they want to talk to you or whatever. And I don't think many people use it. Um, it's also. I think it's also. Maybe I should do something like put text in here in like a corner, that we wouldn't necessarily look at to like let anybody who comes in and loads the game know they can come watch or something. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I wish they had like a ding or something that said, hey,
Yeah.
somebody's entered the game, like just so I know, so I can go over and say, oh, hey, hi,
Yeah,
and
what's
then you
up?
can drop like your URL or whatever into the chat.
Yeah. You have I gave you the PDF or the PDF, the
The shot for the next one, yeah, for
Yeah.
22. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're essentially on the same map. There's just gonna be artillery from my side, I think, and there's something else.
Yep. It is artillery from your side, and I have civilians.
Yes, and I think there's sellers too. So I gotta refresh my brain on sellers because it's so
Yes.
so sellers offhand are it's like obviously it's a basement, right? And the biggest change or difference is that a unit in a cellar shooting out is halved firepower, and I think the same applies to shot inside. And CC is like a pillbox. So if let's say because it won't necessarily be this, but let's say there's a cellar in J5. If you're in the cellar and I'm on the ground floor, CC is through that. I believe. So I'm definitely gonna have to refresh my memory on stuff. And sadly, the electronic rulebook does not have the red barricades rules, which is strange. That is something I hope they add someday.
Yeah, I may have to ask you to screenshot that or take a picture of it with your phone or something.
Oh yeah. I got a link. I'll send it your way.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, I know what link you're talking about. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I mean at worst, yeah, if because I know it's not like properly translated or something, or like it's OCR text, I think. So some of the stuff comes off wrong. But at worst, like if there's an issue or because the link I have doesn't have images, so if that's an issue or whatever, let me know and I'll just screenshot the rules from my book. Shouldn't be an issue. Cool. Who sets up first? Let me double check. You do. So I'll after this I'll send you the build file, and that way you can set your guys up and send it back my way.
All right, we'll do, man.
Cool. Well, today was pretty crazy, and hopefully the fun will continue next week.
Yeah, just for final thoughts. Actually, not a bad scenario. I think it's reasonably balanced, but again, bad die rolling one way or the other, both ways, can make it go downhill pretty fast.
Yeah, but I mean, I think because this is scenario 67, I want to say, so far, not counting doubles. If it counting doubles, it's like 80, which is kind of crazy. I think like it's unfortunate that yeah, it's like 67. It's unfortunate that with smaller scenarios like this, which are in theory more enjoyable because it's easier to set up and play in multiple plays. Yeah, I have a hard time complaining about dice when I'm thinking about how I would score it. Is probably
no. I mean, I don't feel like. I guess it just doesn't feel as janky as some of the earlier scenarios.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, like that. That's what I mean. Like,
we're getting more into like the actual era that ASL is supposed to portray.
Yeah. Yeah, like the special rules are pretty minimal, and that's fine. I don't understand. The roadblocks are silly. The artillery is a bit silly, but I guess they have them.
I think it's because if there was anything I would point to, it would probably be so that you can't have, say, a gun in J4 and K3 that would look down this entire road. It's kind of if you remember, was it Bruised Brewery, or no, the Four Courts, the Irish Civil War one?
Yeah.
Where you had like 6 roadblocks. It's kind of like that same effect.
Yeah, no, it's and I know what they're going for, and it's not like on the scale of what the fuckery. It's pretty low compared to a lot of the other things we've done. So yeah, no, I'm not upset about it. But yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like the scenario, it seems reasonably well play tested, and like there's a few variations. Like you have some
more
You have a
leeway
couple
to do stuff.
like setup variations. Like it's not one of those ones where it's like, yeah, you're gonna set up here because there's no point in setting up elsewhere. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the next one. Like, you got a 10-2, which is very rare. I think it's like the fourth or so time we've seen a 10-2. And then the one after that, you're gonna get tanks, and I'm not. So
Yeah, I mean that's kind of going to be the theme for the Spanish Civil War is the equipment just gets better for the nationalists, worse for the Republicans.
well, in terms of vehicles, it's not so bad. Like, there's a healthy exchange between the two of us. But
Yeah, no, yeah.
that first scenario, oh, there's one with rafts in a river. I'm the one that has to go through with it. Damn, that sucks.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, it's a problem for July 25th, 1938 me. So a long time from
Yeah, we have ways to go before that.
now.
Oh, hey, we get a second map board for the next one. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm in the Alcazar, so yay.
Yeah, it's gonna. What's it say for me? Board 51 and West. Oh yeah, essentially just to give some distance, which is strange.
So you get. So if I don't count, I can't get the prisoners killed, and I have to keep you out of the Alcazar. That's essentially what we have to do with
Yeah.
7 units.
Yeah. Otherwise, immediately, if no good nationalists could order MMCs. So, as long as not all 7 of your MMCs break, you're good. Otherwise, it's VPs. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll see. It'll be fun.
Yep.
And hey, we get a phone. You don't always get that.
Yeah, I won't have to worry about contact unless I roll a 12.
All right, man. I will see you next week. Have a good week. I hope you get a little bit of sleep and that your bosses get their heads out of their asses.
One can only hope, or at least I win the lottery, and we'll fingers crossed for either
That'll do too.
one. Have a good one.
But I'll see you next week. See you.
Cheers. All right. So I'm pretty sure last week I forgot or skipped over because we were getting things done with the setup really quickly, and we didn't want to bore everybody. Yeah. So just wanted to thank Scott TF.
Stick to me like glue and keep your eyes open.
For the follow. So thanks for that. As always, apologies for missing 2 Fridays. Gary, my normal Friday partner, was not available, so couldn't get any games running, scheduling conflicts and whatever. So hopefully we should have a game this Friday. It should be Wells of Borgut, which is the next one for Hollow Legion's 3rd edition. And speaking of schedules and stuff, I may go to Saturday instead of Friday. So if anybody's looking for a regular partner for Saturday, let me know. I'm on the ASL Discord. Send me a message on Twitter, YouTube, here, anywhere really. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure and always fun to have these games for you people. So until next time.